In a quarter mile, turn right.
So this year's swarm was a bit different than the last few years. We decided to leave a day early for the Skoolie Swarm, and Curtis had managed to get all the solar power up and running, so we didn't need a generator this year. It was also Darkness's first trip. Instead of towing the truck, we decided to not tow, and I just drove the car behind him. After picking up his mom and then stopping at our friend Ron's house to get some fuel, we made the long drive. Actually, it was only like 2 hours, maybe. We eventually ended up staying at the Walmart in Colorado. We ended up waking up around 6:30,
right.
and it was 45 degrees outside. I took the cat for a walk and made some coffee, and then Curtis turned on the diesel heater.
Continue on County Line Road for 1 mile.
We ended up getting to the Skoolie Swarm at about 10:30 and checking in. Curtis parked the bus, and then we drove around in a little car trying to find a place to park. We ended up in the big field over by the Escobedo ladies and got set up. It was a pretty early night, and we just ended up watching Ghost Ship before heading to bed. Woke up around 7:30 and made some coffee as usual. Curtis and Elaine had some breakfast. Then it was time to set up the photo booth. Today's question was, how did you hear about the Skoolie Swarm? We also set up the little white pop-up tent so I could hang up some of my crochet tops. Later in the evening, it was the welcome back party. You guys, there's a donut truck at the Skoolie Swarm this year. Actually, there's several food trucks and a band on the back of Michelle and Travis's bus. So that was pretty cool. After that, we went back to the bus and kind of hung out with Misty and Adam by the fire before heading to bed. On this day, for some reason, I woke up way too early. It was 5 a.m. and I convinced Curtis to take me up to the showers. After that, just went back to the bus and went back to bed. And all of the dust and the smoke gives me a sinus headache every year. But I did manage to get everything set up by 10 o'clock. And at the end of the day, I had sold 6 of my tops. There was also community breakfast and kickball, but we didn't go to any of those. Also, today's question was, what is your favorite thing about the Skoolie Swarm?
So Edward, tell us, what's your favorite part about the Skoolie Swarm?
Favorite part about the Skoolie Swarm is that there's multi-culture environment. You got everything of everything, and pretty much everybody gets along, or everybody respects each other, which is, for me, is top of the line.
Right.
At 4 o'clock, we went over to Michelle and Travis's bus and listened to the boondocking talk by Travis.
Oh yeah. I mean the horse flies, the deer flies up there. Flying.
Oh my gosh, we have like bee suits in the springtime that we wear. Yeah, we're very close friends.
Literally that.
Woke up early because the cat wanted out. I think she's having a really good time. Spent most of the day at the bus trying to get people to use the photo booth. I sold a couple more tops. made some pink fluff for the potluck. This year's potluck was Taco Tuesday. Yum. Somebody even made venison and bison. Those were delicious tacos.
So there's one bank of supercapacitors, 200 and another 200 amp hours in series to make 24 volts, and 1, 2, 3, 4 30 amp charge controllers and 2 100 amp charge controllers. Thermometers on the tops, thermometers on the batteries. You can see that's 71 degrees and 77 degrees on the battery. And then the Victron Multiplus charge inverter, whereas that I just plug it into 110 and it charges everything 24 volts. And that's good up for 70 amps. This is a ridiculous effort here. At what point do I wonder where exactly it went out of control?
After dinner, we went over to where Ed, Sandy, Brett, and Renee, and Casey were parked, and we hung out with all of them until like maybe 10:30 or so. Day 6 was a pretty eventful day. It was actually Curtis's 50th birthday. I spent most of the day just hanging out by the photo booth, and I think I sold like 3 cups. At 11, Curtis went up to the mess hall to attend the solar power talk.
I got a question already. Yeah, how do you know how much electricity you currently consume?
That is a great question. We can probably just go ahead and start there. Yeah.
At 6, we took the photo booth to the wine tasting for about an hour. Then at 7, we went to the booth. Dalton built a huge house structure, and we had lots of Dutch oven treats. We made monkey bread in ours. We got back to the bus about 10 and had some dinner, and then we went up for showers and off to bed. Another day of just chilling around the bus, doing crochet, trying to sew some tops. I think Curtis also did some drone shots of group Jeep stuff. In the evening, we went up to the fire circle to the karaoke and took the photo booth. We had a good time. After that, we went back to the bus and then went over to the Wraith party that was happening in the far back field. We didn't stay very long. Too much socializing could be very exhausting. On day 8, Curtis took his mom up to the community breakfast, and then he went up to the LaCroix bus at 11 for the air brake use and maintenance.
Where the air dryer goes at the end. Then you know that you can build maximum pressure. From there, you want to fan the brakes, meaning you hit the brake pedal or the brake pedal until you get it down to about 40 psi. Somewhere between 40 and 60, your push-pull valve will go pop.
At 4 o'clock, we took the photo booth up to the pie eating contest. That's always a good time.
Spectators, may I have your attention, please?
After the pie eating contest, we did a group photo out in the field. We got up around 8 and I started working on the crochet top. Curtis rode up with Adam to see Tom do a talk about remote work on the road.
And keep looking. If you advertise on your dime for one company, yeah, keep looking. Find at least 2. Because if you're working at one and they go away, like the feast or famine thing I was saying when I was freelancing, don't do that.
And depending on the level of work, it's not that if you're an independent contractor, it's not that bad to double dip.
I made a few more sales and even scheduled a commission to work on when I get back home. Sean and his wife from the Jailbird bus stopped by and did some chatting about solar power stuff for a while, then hosted another cornhole competition by their bus. It was a pretty hot day as well. I made pasta salad for the potluck and had the AC running with the doors open while I cooked. It's kind of weird not having a generator or having to pay for electricity and just like have the air running with the doors open. Like what? We took the photo booth up to the community dinner again. Then after dinner we just took showers and then went back to bed. The last day was a pretty chill day. Just kind of hung out by the bus. At around 6, we went up on the hill by the water with Renee and Brett and Sandy and Michelle and Travis and watched the sunset. And we headed back to the bus and grabbed the photo booth and took it up to the going away party, which was a costume party. I always love a good costume party. On checkout day, we just spent most of the morning taking all of our stuff down and packing up and cleaning up. And we took the car up to the field and got a time-lapse video of a lot of people leaving. I don't remember exactly what time we left, but checkout was supposed to be 11. We said all our goodbyes and headed down the road. Once we got home and settled in, we had a lot of dust to clean up, but we were home safe and ready to get back to the usual day-to-day stuff.